Alright, what's going on, guys? Hope you all are having a good day. So, I have been playing Outbreak virtually non-stop since its release, and I know a lot of you guys have as well. In a lot of ways, it truly feels like the next evolution for zombies, or at the very least, it's a really good proof of concept for a large-scale or open-world zombies mode. That being said, however, it's still very much in its infancy. This is, pretty much just version 1 of what we're going to be getting for Outbreak, and some very major changes are coming that we already know about, that Treyarch have told us, things that we can inference, and pretty much we can speculate into the future about how this mode is going to change, because as far as I'm concerned with its reception so far, it is definitely here to stick around. Things like new maps, main Easter eggs, different enemy types, and even different objectives are going to be added to Outbreak, and even potentially playable areas that we may have seen in the past. So we've got a lot to unravel today, and I hope you guys stick around for this. If you enjoyed the video at any point, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you are brand new to the channel, remember to subscribe as we are on the road to 500,000. Every single new one does help, so thank you guys so much. But before we get too deep into this and things get too crazy, I do want to make a very special announcement. The Zombies World Championship, or ZWC3, is happening again this year, and I've decided I'm coming back. This event takes 16 of the world's best zombies players and pits them against each other. In 2018, I won the Zombies World Championship 2, and I've decided this year I'm coming back for more. However, if you think you've got what it takes to compete against me and some of the other best players in the entire world, and also compete for a $30,000 total cash prize pool, and also not to mention a trip to Las Vegas where the championship itself will be taking place. So if you think you've got what it takes, go and sign up for ZWC3 right now and compete against me and some of the other players for a huge cash prize pool. Signups right now are $15. However, if you wait any longer, they will go up to $20. So make sure to go and check it out. Use the link in the description, and hopefully I'll see you guys in Vegas. But let's get into some of the really big changes that are coming to Outbreak. Now, in its current form, we have 3 different maps, as well as a couple of different objectives that can be randomized depending on the map location and whatever challenge you happen to get. So currently, 2 out of the 3 maps, Ruka and Alpine, are already fire team maps that have been introduced in multiplayer. Golova is the only brand new one that was specifically made for this mode and for zombies, but in the future, it looks like that's not going to be the case. The reason we know much of this info is thanks to my boy Codename Pizza. If you haven't subbed to him, make sure to go check him out as well. He had interviewed Treyarch recently and asked a lot of pressing questions in regards to Outbreak, and the results he got as far as what new maps we can expect in the future, there are going to be huge new playable areas that are specifically made for zombies. So it looks like no more of just repurposing fireteam maps and utilizing them in Outbreak. It looks like from this point forward, every brand new map added to Outbreak will be specifically made and catered towards this game mode. In fact, the only reason I feel like they used Ruka and Alpine from the multiplayer maps was because they need like a playable area to experiment a little bit on. Outbreak has never been added in a zombies game before. This is entirely brand new concept, so they got to make sure everything works and that it lands properly. They did make one brand new map, obviously Golova, specifically for Outbreak, but now that they know this game mode kind of works and they know a little bit more about what they're doing, I'm sure they're going to spend a lot more development time making things specifically catered for Outbreak. So that begs the question, what are those maps going to be? Now, this might sound kind of crazy, but I think there's a pretty good probability that we eventually see Transit somehow repurposed for Outbreak. Now, a lot of the community has wanted Transit to be remastered in some way, and maybe not just as a traditional zombies map. If that were the case, I really don't think it would even play that well. So if they want to make Transit enjoyable and fun and sort of bring back, at least in part, some of the memories that Black Ops 2 bestowed upon us, then the best way to repurpose it, in my opinion, would be an Outbreak. Funnily enough, when Black Ops 2 was being developed, Transit was the experimental mode, or the experimental map. That was the thing where they tried a lot of new features, and not all of them stuck, not all of them really landed, and that's absolutely fine. That's part of game development, but I really do think they could implement a lot of the features and ideas that Transit brought to the table as far as the large-scale zombies experience and make it fun in Outbreak. A lot of the features and assets were already remade in Black Ops 4 using Blackout, and the bus was remastered, a lot of the things with the diner. I'd imagine they have a pretty good representation of what they would want Transit to look like if it was made for the next gen, but they never implemented it anywhere in Black Ops 4. Whether it was the original intention, we will maybe never know, but it's not too late to say that they couldn't include it in Cold War. Now, this does interfere with the prospect of Zombies Chronicles 2 a little bit. I mean, only to some degree. A lot of people are wanting the old Victus remastered maps maps to be returned somehow in Cold War, and if they're going to be utilizing transit and Outbreak, then maybe that isn't exactly what they're going for, but I don't think that's a bad alternative either. There's also some speculation that Alcatraz Island could somehow be involved in this, and I think that is a possibility. They have remastered the map countless times over and over again, even for Warzone, so who's to say they aren't going to utilize that in Outbreak as well? It would be a very unique location, specifically to zombies. Now, I do also think they're going to continue to make maps like Golova that are just, specifically made for Outbreak, but they don't represent any past zombies experiences that we've ever played. They're completely novel and brand new, so I don't think that's going anywhere, but there is a possibility we do see some of these old locations return, and if that is the case, what is the number one location you would like to see come back? Another thing that's changing as we continue to go through the life cycle of Cold War, brand new enemy types are going to be added. Now, there is a already huge variety and plethora of different special enemies we have in Outbreak, and some of them we haven't even seen in traditional zombies maps yet, although I do believe we will see them at a certain point in the game. I think it's safe to assume, though, every new special enemy type will then be retroactively added to Outbreak whenever they do get implemented into the game, so we're going to have even more variety to fight against as time goes on. A really interesting question Pizza asked one of the Treyarch devs was, are all these special enemy types canon to the storyline? And it turns out they in fact are. So every future enemy type from here on out will probably be maybe some sort of different variations of enemies we've seen in the past, but they are completely canon to the storyline and make sense going forward. I assume we're going to be getting new wonder weapons as well as time goes on. The only wonder weapons that are not currently available in Outbreak that are available in traditional zombies are the Die Shockwave upgrades. You can get the base version in this mode, although I don't think it's very good. A lot of people don't tend to use it. You can get the Ray K and the Ray Gun in here, but all of the other wonder weapons, we just haven't played enough Cold War and, not enough content's come out to really get the full variation of what we're going to be playing as far as wonder weapons go, but I'm going to assume that they will be added to this mode as well. Whatever brand new wonder weapons Treyarch comes up with, and potentially even some old returning ones, like perhaps the Thunder Gun or the Wonder Waff, maybe these will see slight variations and can return somehow in Outbreak. Now, currently, as far as I'm aware, there's no information on new perks we're getting as of yet, and really interestingly, with the new expanded upgrade system, a lot of the perks that we could have had in the game have already been covered by some of these skill tiers. For example, upgraded elemental pop is essentially the effect of electric cherry, so I do believe right now we can completely write that off as being added into the game. There aren't many perks of old that I could see returning. If anything, I think they're going to go for brand new perks that are specifically made for Cold War, and in fact, with the expanded upgrade system we got in this season, it looks like apparently that system could be further expanded in the very, very distant future. Don't expect that system to be expanded in like Season 3 or anything. I do believe that if it does happen, it's going to be pretty late in Cold War's life cycle, maybe in the middle of it or near the end. If they decide to add any new perks like Double Tap or Widow's Wine or like Vulturate or something, a lot of these are going to have completely expanded upgrade systems up to Tier 5 that we have for all the default perks currently as well. I'm not saying new perks aren't going to happen because I do believe they are. Keep your eyes out for them, but as far as the expanded upgrade system even further, I would wait a long time for this one because we've got a lot to chew on with the current expanded upgrade system as it is. Now, to get into some of the really juicy details, if you have played Outbreak at all, you know that there are like many side quests you can do to get loot. There's like, the dragon heads that you can fill up. You can do different soul boxes and things of that nature to get better loot. There isn't really anything too incredibly hidden, and there's no main objective or quest line besides the main quests that you get inside the maps themselves and the objective that it tells you to do. There is no actual hidden Easter egg, but it looks like a main quest is being developed for Outbreak right now. Now, I think this is interesting for a lot of reasons, and it really opens up the discussion of what this is going to look like, because in my opinion, what Treyarch have done with Outbreak is really utilize and condense some of the most fun aspects about doing Easter eggs. A lot of the gameplay challenges that are the most memorable from Easter eggs in the past have just been turned into, the main objectives of what we have in Outbreak. So is an Easter egg going to be a little bit more puzzle-like and difficult to solve, or is it going to be a nice mix in the middle? There's a really complicated discussion currently in the community about if Easter eggs are too easy. A lot of the gameplay challenges and just the general structure of, main Easter eggs in Cold War Zombies, many zombie players find to be a little bit easy and just, not satisfying. I disagree with that. I do believe that I prefer this style of Easter eggs over something that is very homework-like to solve. You can make really difficult puzzles fun to solve the first time around, but really annoying to repeat, and so I don't hope they go that way. There is a nice balance to be struck in the middle, but it's very difficult to do. Cold War Zombies has went for the easy to solve, but very fun to repeat style of steps instead of the very difficult to solve, but somewhat annoying to repeat, and I think I prefer the current style they're in. But But for the main Easter egg in Outbreak, because we have these gameplay challenges already, potentially this could be the lead-in for some more difficult puzzles. So we're gonna have to see what happens in Season 3 when that actually comes out. Now, also Treyarch in the middle of Season 2 apparently is going to be adding different camo options so that if you earn something like Dark Ether or even Dark Matter Ultra and you want to wear that skin in-game, you can't really do that currently unless it's on your loadout weapon, but it looks like there might be a fix or a patch coming that allows you to wear different camos on weapons off the wall or out of the mystery box. While that isn't like anything huge or game-changing, I did always find it mildly annoying that you couldn't use a camo that you specifically earned on any of the box weapons or wall weapons, because sometimes that's how you get the best things in the game to begin with. But currently it does appear with mid-season 2 and then leading into season 3, we're going to be getting new maps for Outbreak, and with side objectives and a main quest added to them. We don't know if every map is going to have its own main quest line, if they're all going to be interlinked and intertwined. That we're going to have to hunt on our own. It really does appear that Outbreak is currently just in its infancy stage, and it's already this good. I cannot wait to see what they have for us planned in the future. And of course, we're still going to be getting traditional zombies maps, and I'm going to be talking a lot about that in a future video, so make sure to subscribe and stick around. But let me know what you think about the current changes coming to Outbreak. Also, if there's any specific changes you would like to see, let me know what that is in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're brand new, and I do stream zombies every day over on Twitch. If you don't already follow me, link to that's down below in the description. I'd love for you to come over there and say hi. Anyways, thank you all for watching once again. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all on the next stream or the next video. Take it easy, I gotta go, and peace out.